Hey guys, I'm Steph and welcome back to my beauty stash. I have finally received my Odin's eye order. I waited a little over a month to receive this order, and I remember the first time that I tried Odin's eye. It was maybe about 7 months ago, 8 months ago. That order actually arrived super quick. So if you're unfamiliar with Odin's Eye, they are a Swedish indie makeup brand. So these products, they weren't shipped from Sweden. They were shipped from China. And so right before they were about to ship my order out, that's when they had the Lunar New Year. So in China, what they do is they close down for, is it 5 days or a week? So nobody is working. Everybody is on holiday, on break, celebrating, and with good reason, of course. But that is what caused this major delay, plus all of the bad weather, the winter storm we had here in Texas about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. So I'm just happy that I finally received my Odin's Eye order today. And this is what I ordered. I ordered their new Norns eyeshadow palette. This is their new collection for spring 2021. And I'm sure you guys have seen this palette before because obviously I'm probably one of the last ones to be reviewing it or showcasing it on my channel, but this is what the eyeshadow palette looks like. In the collection, they also released 3 other smaller eyeshadow palettes, which are 5-pan palettes, but one of the pan has 2 shades in it, so you're actually getting 6 shades. And I will put a picture of those up here so you can see what those look like. I opted out of those palettes because the last time I ordered the Alva 2 collection from Odin's Eye, I went for the mini palettes over the larger eyeshadow palette. So this time around, I wanted to try the larger eyeshadow palette. Now, they also released, and I'm going to put it up here as well, they also released 3, I think it was 3 or 4, but I'm pretty sure it's 3 individual highlighters. But I didn't pick any of those up because last go round, I picked up the Alva 2 highlighter palette, which I am wearing one of the shades today, and I will show you which one it is. It is, ooh, the lights. Let's see, how are we going to see this? Let me turn down my ring light. I think that's a little bit better. This is the shade that I'm wearing right now on my cheekbones, but this is what the Alva 2 highlighter palette looks like. Really nice, really intense highlights. So that's why I didn't pick up any of the highlighters this go round because I already have plenty of highlighters here within this palette. But the eyeshadow palette is definitely something I wanted to try. Now, I typically don't like to watch reviews over products that I plan to review myself, but since I had been waiting a really long time, I have already watched 2 people create looks with this eyeshadow palette, one of them being Angelica Nyquist and the other one being Annette from Annette's Makeup Corner. Both ladies I enjoy watching so much, and I'm going to link both of their channels in the description box. These 2 women are gorgeous and they just create the most beautiful, colorful eyeshadow looks. I love watching both of them. I get so much inspiration from both of them. So if you're into colorful makeup, definitely check out Angelica and Annette. But today is going to be all about trying out the new Norns eyeshadow palette. They did insert this really cute card, but I quickly want to read to you a little bit about this Norns series and kind of just give you a backstory on, you know, what this collection is all about. So it says, in Norse mythology, 3 sisters weave and guard the web of fate. They also attend the spring of life that supports the world tree. The Norns sisters are the most powerful beings in the cosmos. Now, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce these names right. These are the names of the sisters. Erd, which means the past, lends her name from the well of fate. Verdandi, which means the present, is the symbol of the process of becoming. And finally, Skuld, S-K-U-L-D. that means the future. And she is the youngest who decides future. Now it goes on to talk about the eyeshadow palettes. It says the 4 eyeshadow palettes, one of which is a 16 pan eyeshadow palette, which I picked up in this series, are inspired by the Norn sisters in the packaging design, color selection, and the names of the eyeshadow colors. We also selected 3 handmade highlighters that reflect the Norn treasures: the Web of Fate, the Spring of Life, and the World Tree. By creating the Norns series, we pay tribute to every goddess out there who has controlled her fate through the rough year and is directing her bright future. The Norn sisters live in each and every one of us. How beautiful is that? Look at the card. I mean, that's just so, this is what you get from indie makeup brands. You get that personalized touch, and the packaging on this, there are the sisters there. Absolutely beautiful. And I like how my nails kind of match the palette. Really, really nice. And on the back, you do have the shade names that are in the palette, but then you also have them written on the top. They're written on along the top of each pan there. And of course, you do get a mirror. Now, the eyeshadow palette retails for roughly $35. It is 28.90 euros. So conversion, about $35 for the 16 pan eyeshadow palette. Now, I also picked up 2 different lipsticks. They weren't part of this collection, but I had seen Angelica rave about them and they looked so beautiful on her. So one of the shades I was really looking forward to trying out is one that I've heard her talk about a few times. And this one is in the shade Love Jasmine. And let me go ahead and just swatch it right here on the back of my hand. But I am going to be swatching them within the video, probably towards the end after I create the 2 eye looks that I'm going to create with this eyeshadow palette. And then I picked up the second one, and this one is in the shade Tulupa Kiss. And that is what they both look like swatched on the back of my hand. Really, really nice. They feel really creamy. And I believe this is the cream. Yeah, this is the cream formula. They also have a matte formula, but I decided to go with the cream formula instead. So guys, I'm really excited to be trying out this new eyeshadow palette for you all, as well as swatching the 2 lipsticks that I picked up. I will be creating 2 different looks, one on each eye, and then you'll see me swatch the lipsticks at the end, and then I will come back and give you guys my review, my thoughts over the new ODEN'S Norns 16 pan eyeshadow palette, as well as their cream lipsticks. If you guys want to see how these looks turn out, keep on watching. Alright guys, so this is the first eye look using the Norns eyeshadow palette from ODEN'S. You saw that I just packed on this matte brown shade right here, and that one is in the shade Pragmatism, and I just packed it on all over the eyelid and then ever so slightly started to blend it upwards. That's how I got this kind of diffused crease in there. Then I went in with Realism, which is this brown, kind of like a soft shimmer shade. Is it a satin? I haven't swatched this palette yet, but yeah, it's maybe like a slight satin to a shimmer shade. I did go in first with a dry brush, and then I ended up going in with a damp damp brush, and that really got some of the shimmer to show up. And then I went in with Passion, which is this red shade right here. I was dying to use this red shade, but I didn't want to do it all over the eye just because we're coming off of Valentine's Day. I'm sure we already played with enough reds and pinks, and I know not everybody loves a red eyeshadow, so I wanted to kind of keep it to a small area of the eye, and I chose just to apply that to the lower lash line. And then the showstopper was this gorgeous, like a foiled shade. This one is called Amber Palace, and that's what you see on the center of the eyelid and on the inner corner. Gorgeous, gorgeous shade. For lashes, I went in with some Eylure lashes, and I want to say the style is Definition, but I will have those linked in the description box down below, as will I have the other products that I am currently wearing on my face. And I did go in with a little bit of the Milk Mascara. This is the Kush Mascara. And then for the lower waterline, I went in with this metallic liner. This glitter, is it a, yeah, Metallic Lights foiled eyeliner from Milani. And this one is in the shade 01 Starlight. All right, guys, so let's jump on over to the right eye and start on look number 2. Alright guys, so this is the second look using the Norns eyeshadow palette from Odin's Eye. You guys know I needed to dip into these glitter shades here. Guys, these are not pressed glitters. There are no pressed glitters anywhere in this palette. What these are called down here, these are called micro glitter, and they do not leave any like glitter particles behind. You don't get like that chunkiness the way you do with a pressed glitter. This is very different. These are more like shimmers, and if you spray them, they become more impactful. And I mean, just look at that. It has like a duochrome type of shift to it. Absolutely stunning. Yeah, this eye look, I think this is definitely my favorite of the two. So I first went in with this shade right here, and this matte teal shade is called Outsider. And then I went in with this shade right here on the outer corner. I really tried to just keep it to the outer portion and ever so slightly in the crease. And this darker shade is called Colorful Black. Then, of course, I dived into this gorgeous micro glitter down here, which is called Hallucination. And then I added a little bit of this one called Self. And then since Self had like a purple shift to it, I thought, you know what? Let me incorporate these two kind of like purple mauve shades on the lower lash line. And that's exactly what I did. I went in with this shade right here, which is called Mist. And then I packed on this shade right here, which is called Obsessed. And that's primarily what you see on the lower lash line. And then for the inner corner, I went back in with the shade Self. And this is the look. I love it. On the lower waterline, I went in with this Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil, and this is the shade Raw Energy. Now let's get into swatching both of the cream lipsticks I picked up, and then I will give you guys my final thoughts on this palette. Alright guys, so these were the two looks I created using the new Odin's Norns 16 pan eyeshadow palette, as well as swatching a couple of their cream lipsticks. The shade that I ended on was or is Talupa Kiss. So it is the more darker reddish tone shade of the two. The other one, Little Jasmine, is more of like a neutral shade, kind of like a brown leaning shade, which is really super pretty. I can see that one being one that I leave up here permanently because it's going to go with everything. But let's first talk about the eyeshadow palette. Now, again, this retails for roughly $35 because you do have to do the euro conversion into dollars. And it is shipping from, I thought it was shipping from Sweden because it is a Swedish indie brand, but it's actually shipping from China. So mine did take a while, but I think normally in going by the first order I had placed with Odin's I got that really quick, like maybe a week and a half. And I thought that was pretty good time, especially because it's coming from overseas. So getting to the palette, this is what the outside of it looks like. I'm really very pleased with the packaging. I think it's perfect. It suits the collection perfectly. It's a really pretty design and it's that cardboard packaging, but obviously it does have some beautiful artwork on it. So A+ on packaging. I do like that you get a mirror with it as well. And then here is your 16 pan palette. I had so much fun playing with this and I think I'm going to film another look for my Instagram reels using this gorgeous palette, so definitely stay tuned for that and follow me on Instagram if you aren't already. It is at Steff's Beauty Stash. I would love to have you follow the fun over there on Instagram. And so for this palette, guys, I really enjoyed the color story. I loved the different finishes, the different textures that this palette has. The matte shades, they built up really nicely. They're super pigmented, but they're very easy to blend out, to pack on, whatever you want to do with them. I like that they also included some neutral tones in here, and they included that in the matte shades, which I think is good because it'll help anchor the look. I also enjoyed this formula down here. This is those micro glitter shimmers. So it is not glitter. Just because it has the word glitter in it, it is not a pressed glitter. It performs so well. And look at it right here on this eye. Like, I just can't stop looking at this eye. This is definitely my favorite because it's the most colorful of the two eye looks I created. But this formula is perfect. If you want to spray your brush, I think I would recommend you doing that just to alleviate some of the fallout, because you do get a little bit of fallout with these shades on the bottom, with these shimmer shades, but it's not that bad. And guys, to be honest, I only got a little bit of fallout on this eye and really nothing on this eye. So I think that speaks to the quality of the shadows. There is a little bit of kick up in the pan, especially like with the matte shades, and you can kind of see it like right here on this one. Actually, this one is kind of like a shimmer shade, but you can see a little bit of the kick up in the pan there. That doesn't bother me, but if it bothers you, just know that there's going to be a little bit of that within this palette. Overall, guys, performance-wise, it did fantastic. Like, I am so anxious to dip into this again and create some more looks with it. I just think that it's a really well thought out color story. There's definitely something here for everybody. If you're not really into creating all the time like dramatic eye looks, then you can definitely create everyday more wearable looks with this palette just because of the neutral tones that it does have. But if you're like me, then you're definitely going to be wearing any one of these looks, any one of these shades, just to run down to the grocery store. I just love playing with makeup, guys. I love colorful makeup. And this palette just really caught my eye, and I'm really happy I decided to pick this one up. As for the lipsticks, guys, they apply really well. They're super pigmented and super creamy, and that's exactly what I want, especially because we're still kind of in this like middle stage of winter transitioning into spring. My lips need a little bit more hydration, and wearing a matte lipstick right now is not what I'm wanting to do. So that is why I chose to pick up both lipsticks in the cream formula. But really nice. Really love the packaging on them, and I look forward to trying more Odin's Eye in the future. Again, this was my second purchase from them. Really happy with the quality. I haven't been disappointed with any of the products that I have gotten from Odin's Eye. So the only thing I'm disappointed with is that it took so long to reach me, but I know that had nothing to do with them. I know that was just because of of the holiday in China and the bad weather that we were experiencing here in Texas. So I'm just glad my products made it here in one piece. Let me know your thoughts, guys. What did you think about these looks? Which one was your favorite? Have you heard of Odin's Eye before? Are you going to be picking any of these products up? I will have them linked in the description box down below, as will I have the other products that I am wearing on my face. Some of those links might be affiliate links, so if you do end up purchasing, I thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. That is it, guys. Leave me a comment down below and let me know all of your thoughts. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching today's video. That helps me out so much. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink your water. Cheers. Look, I'm matching with my eye look. And I will see you all very soon. Bye.